This is you. You've prayed for love. You've cried in the silence of the night, wondering when it will finally be your turn. You've watched others meet their person, engagement photos, wedding vows, anniversaries, and you whisper, "God, did you forget me?" But what if I told you this? Your waiting isn't empty. It's sacred. You're not being ignored. You're being hidden. Hidden not because you're unworthy, but because heaven is still preparing the one who will recognize your soul. You are in the hidden season, the quiet chapter before divine revelation. It's the same season Joseph endured before standing before Pharaoh. The same silence Ruth walked through before Boaz noticed her. The same waiting Esther faced before being crowned queen. And in this sacred delay, God is writing a love story far beyond what you imagined. So tonight, let's step into this mystery, the season before revelation. We'll move through 5 sacred stages, from isolation to refinement to silence to alignment, and finally, revelation. 1. The season of isolation, when God pulls you away to prepare you. Before God brings you to the One, He often first brings you into the wilderness. Think of Moses. Before leading Israel, he spent 40 years alone in the desert, tending sheep. Think of David. Before becoming king, he learned to worship in empty fields, not royal courts. And think of Jesus, who spent 40 days in the wilderness before beginning his ministry. Isolation is not punishment. It's positioning. You may feel like everyone else is moving on. Friends are marrying, couples are posting, time is passing. But the truth is, God isolates you to consecrate you. In this hidden space, He removes distractions, not to deprive you, but to detox you. Because what you call loneliness, heaven calls preparation. This is the season where God deals with the silent parts of your heart, the insecurities, the fears, the habits that can't go with you into covenant love. You'll notice things begin to fall away. Certain friendships fade. Old relationships no longer fit. The places you once found comfort suddenly feel uncomfortable. That's not rejection. It's divine redirection. Remember how Ruth followed Naomi into a land she didn't know? She left behind everything familiar, her home, her comfort, her past. But her isolation was actually her relocation, the step that led her to Boaz. So when God hides you, don't fight it. He's not punishing you. He's preserving you for the right eyes, the right timing, the right person. Because when God reveals your soulmate, they won't meet the old you. They'll meet the healed you, the version God crafted in the quiet. 2. The season of refining. God cleanses what you cannot take into marriage. After isolation comes refining. This is where the fire of God begins to purify your heart. It's the phase where your prayers start sounding like, "Lord, make me ready," instead of, "Lord, send them soon." In this stage, you may face delays, disappointments, or tests that reveal what's still unhealed inside. Don't misinterpret it. These aren't obstacles. They're operations. Remember Joseph before God brought him before Pharaoh, before the marriage of purpose that would save nations. Joseph went through betrayal, false accusation, and prison. Why? Because the promise requires purification. Love, when it comes from God, is too weighty to rest on unhealed foundations. He refines your patience, your forgiveness, your humility. He teaches you to love Him before you love anyone else. Sometimes that means letting go of the one you thought was it. Other times it means seeing yourself through His eyes, not your pain's reflection. The refining season hurts. It burns away pride, idolatry, and expectations shaped by culture instead of covenant. But when the fire ends, you'll see you didn't lose yourself. You found who God made you to be all along. Zechariah 13:9 says, "I will refine them like silver and test them like gold. They will call on my name, and I will answer them. When you emerge from the fire, you're no longer just waiting for love. You're ready to reflect it. 3. The season of silence, when heaven seems quiet, but love is being written. Every believer who has ever walked through divine waiting has faced this season. Silence. This is when the heavens feel closed and your prayers seem unanswered. It's when you look around and see no progress, no signs, no clues. But silence is not absence. Silence is strategy. God often writes the most important chapters of your story in ink you cannot see. He's not inactive, he's invisible. Consider Mary and Joseph. Before they ever met, before the angel appeared, their lives were ordinary. They were both in seasons of quiet obedience, doing their daily work unseen by the world. And yet, heaven was orchestrating a divine intersection that would change history. That's what God is doing for you. You may not see it, but He's aligning steps, locations, and hearts. The one meant for you may be in their own hidden season, being shaped in silence too. In Song of Solomon 2:11-12, it says, "See, the winter is past, the rains are over and gone. Flowers appear on the earth." Winter, the silent season, always precedes spring. So if you're in the quiet now, don't lose heart. When it feels like nothing is moving, that's when heaven is rearranging everything. Your silence is the soil where destiny grows unseen. 4. The season of alignment, when two paths quietly begin to intersect. After silence comes alignment, a divine choreography only heaven could design. This is when your purpose starts to unfold and your path begins to intersect with theirs, not by force, but by faith. Ruth didn't chase Boaz, she followed purpose. Abraham's servant didn't seek a perfect woman. He sought God's will and found Rebekah by obedience. Mary didn't find Joseph through striving. They met through divine appointment. Alignment happens when you stay faithful to the path God assigned to you. You're serving, growing, building, worshiping, and suddenly, the one meant for you steps into that same flow. It's not a coincidence, it's a convergence. God doesn't need dating apps to align destinies. He uses timing, obedience, and proximity to purpose. When you both begin walking toward your calling, that's where your paths cross. And when it happens, it will feel peaceful, not pressured. Because divine alignment never requires you to compromise your identity. It confirms it. Proverbs 3:6 says, "In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will direct your paths." Notice, paths, not path. That means yours and theirs are both being directed toward each other. So don't rush alignment. Stay faithful to what God told you to do. Keep walking, and at the right turn, they'll appear. 5. The season of revelation, when God finally unveils what was hidden. And then, one day it happens. You meet someone, maybe through service, maybe unexpectedly, and something in your spirit whispers, "Pay attention." They don't complete you. They complement what God already completed in you. They don't distract you from your calling. They confirm it. That's the sign you've stepped into the season of revelation. But here's the truth. Revelation only comes to those who stayed through the hidden season. Remember Adam. Before he saw Eve, God put him to sleep, a divine stillness. When he awoke, the first thing he saw wasn't the animals, the trees, or his work. It was God's answer standing before him. He didn't need to chase her. God brought her to him. That's the kind of love heaven writes, one born not out of striving, but surrender. When revelation arrives, you'll realize every tear, every lonely night, every closed door had purpose. God wasn't being cruel, He was being careful. He didn't delay your love story, He developed it. He wrote it line by line while you were learning to trust His pen. And when He finally reveals what was hidden, you'll see it was never just about finding a soulmate. It was about finding your soul in Him first. So if you're watching this in the middle of your hidden season, don't lose hope. This silence isn't your ending, it's your beginning. God is not withholding love, He's perfecting it. He's teaching you to love without idolizing, to hope without doubting, to wait without wasting. Isaiah 60:22 says, "When the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen. And when that moment comes, everything that felt delayed will make divine sense." You'll look back and thank God for every not yet, because it wasn't rejection. It was redirection toward the one meant to carry your destiny beside you. Until then, walk faithfully, pray earnestly, heal deeply, and remember, hidden doesn't mean forgotten. The same God who hid Moses in a basket, Esther in a palace, and Ruth in a field is hiding you now, not to keep you from love, but to prepare you for it. Your hidden season is holy, and when God is finished, He won't just reveal your soulmate. He'll reveal the version of you that was always ready for love. And if this message spoke to you, please share, like, and subscribe. You never know the person you might bless with it. Again, if this message found you in the very season you're walking through, let your heart speak. Drop a comment saying, "I'm trusting God in my hidden season." You don't know who might read your words and find the courage to keep waiting in faith.